That's what I'm talking about. Ready. Ready to go. Hope you guys are too. Premier Valley League tonight. I'm excited. I'm excited. We got some great teams to play tonight. It's going to be crazy. We're going to get those games started here in just a moment. Suck, what's going on, buddy? Oof is right. That's more like the number that I imagined. 200 subs gone. I know, it's alright though. We knew it couldn't last forever. Couldn't last forever. But good to see you, buddy. We're about to get the first game started. Getting the codes out right now. Deals. Good deals. Hey everybody, XLS, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? How is your guys' faces? Alright, we are going to be doing the PVL tonight. This will be day 1 of week 4 of this week. So day 1 of this week. We also have tomorrow as well. Currently we have, let's look at the teams that we're going to be playing against. We got, let me look here. Who is this? ALG IG versus let me look here. Taking a look, just making sure that I got everything right. I have to sneeze, and it's gonna be loud. It's happening. Give me. Okay, good. Got it out of my system. Life's great. Hey, how you doing? That was an intense sneeze. I'm glad I got it out of my system. I'm glad everything's good. Teams are rolling in. Things are looking good. My sub ran out. No! You guys had one job. Just a sub. You know, where's my sub at? Where's my sub at? Can't believe this. But yes, we got the Premier Valor League tonight. Game is about to start. So, you guys, we're just going to get straight into the action. All right, boys, here we go. Thank you so much for hanging out. Appreciate your faces. We are going to be heading into the game. All right. So I'm going to pause the music as we start to do bans and everything along those lines. Let's get going. All right. So I apologize for the late start. Normally we start at 6:30. We hang out, talk for a bit. Not today. Not today. Running a little late, but we are ready on time for game 1. Look at that. 7:02. We are already in the game. Ban's going out. Chugnar, first ban of the day. Pretty obvious pick. Can't say that I blame them. Chugnar, obviously, so strong into that team fights. Such a strong character into that team fight. And, yeah, it totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. So, red team taking their time. I believe in the chat that I saw before the game, I did see quite a bit of talking back and forth, so some of these people do know each other, and I'm interested to see who ends up taking this one. But right now, we got Aram being banned, so gotta love it. She just never gets any game time just because she's so strong. I can't remember the last time I did get to see her in a tournament setting, and she is just I gotta say, 100% ban rate. Over, which I would say Aram is very good, but even over a Violet. Violet, I would say, is gotta be one of the strongest heroes in this current meta, and I've seen her played more than an Aram. Aram does have that early game potential, so it totally makes sense why you would not want her in your game. And a Murad being shown. That's got to be a first that we've seen Murad actually getting banned, so someone on this red team must know what this blue team's capable of with that Murad. And I got to say, I'm quite surprised. I would have loved to see a Murad actually in action, but
red team's turn to ban.
And like I said, greetings everyone that is just coming in. I really do appreciate you guys all stopping in. Just come on in, take a seat. We're gonna be streaming some Premier Valor League all night. Take a seat, stay a while, curl up with your favorite blanket, get your cat, your dog, and cuddle in. Get ready. Marja being shown as the next ban. These are all high. I gotta say the red team is banning some really good heroes. The Murad has got to be the interesting one. And the Grok being banned. So they do not want any part of that. And I'm not surprised. Grok is not a fun champion to deal with, especially with a Chugnar being banned. Chugnar is the anti to the Grok. And having Chugnar being banned definitely opens up Grok being picked. And immediately Roadrunner goes in with the Violet and picking him up. So again, thank you guys all for coming in. Really do appreciate you guys. Hang out for a while. Let's get these games. Can we get some hype up in chat? Let's get some hype up in chat though. If you guys did miss yesterday, we did have the NTG tournament that went down. My voice is still recovering from the last 3 games of the night were the most intense things I've seen. Back-to-back, crazy, amazing games. Jannar being shown and the Pura. Jannar and Pura, such a great combo. Jannar with the damage reduction, Pura with the heal. It makes for such a great combination. Velheim being shown. So already this blue team is coming out strong. Very strong. By the way, Hermie, thank you so much. 15 months in a row. Ooh, that deserves some pizzas. My dude, thank you so much. Appreciate your face. Love your face. Love your face. Where's my pizzas? Get them with the pizzas. Alright, there you go.
Red team's turn to pick.
Alright, we got Kresh coming out. So it looks like they definitely needed some kind of tankiness for this blue team. Kresh, an obvious choice, is going to be going in there and hopefully tanking quite a bit of this damage. Looks like Slim's being shown. I would have liked to see someone else, especially since they know that Violet is already up. There we go. That is what I'm talking about. You don't need to pick into the jungle until the very last pick. You might as well save it since you already know that Violet is already being shown. Might as well get a character just so that the other two don't mistakenly take them. But again, this red team banning the Grok and the Murad, I gotta say, not normal bans. So it kind of leads me to believe that there's some people on this this blue team that may know those. All right. So again, we have Cobra that looks like he's going to be picking up the Teamy, and Roz will be the middle. Both solid picks. I got no complaints about any of those. And Alice would be pretty good. I don't know. I really am not sure. So if we look at their team, I think a Teamy would be better. Alice would definitely be good. You need someone that's going to be able to protect that Violet and that Velheim. The Kresh is definitely going to be able to charge in and take a blunt of the focus of the team. But having an Alice to be able to slow down the enemies is going to be good. Plus, being able to throw out that stun. It's a win-win. So, we're showing Kilgroth. Kilgroth is such... I think if I have to make an assumption on what his win rate is in almost every tournament that I've seen him in, it is that I've at least casted, not like any of the major ones. I want to say his win rate has got to be next to 0%. He doesn't succeed from what I've seen. ADC is a marksman. I apologize. I use League of Legends terms every once in a while, but Kilgroth just doesn't succeed in a lot of places, and especially in these pro games where we're playing against people that definitely know how to play against him. He is pretty lackluster as opposed to, say, a Scud or something along those lines. He definitely has that survivability, and he's really going to need it on this team. I think the Pura with the Kilgroth definitely is going to help his survivability, especially with a Roxy, so they definitely have a lot of damage potential on this IG side. But if you look at this blue side, Velheim, Roz, and Violet all on the same team. Are you kidding me? If this team doesn't melt in 3 shots, then they got a chance. But those 3 heroes back to back hitting one target, they're definitely done for.
10 seconds remaining.
So, all right, and it looks like the Kilgroth is actually going to be in the jungle as opposed to the Slims, which is a very interesting choice. So that I have not seen. We have not seen a Kilgroth actually in the jungle. We normally see him laying up top against usually an Irie or something along those lines and ends up not doing well. But we have not seen one in the jungle. So I got high hopes for this. We do have Kresh deciding to go with the Execute. I probably would have liked to see him with a heal because of how squishy the rest of his team is. But maybe they're just going for more of a bursty type side, which I can definitely see. But if you look parallel to that, this team on the red side is definitely going more of a maybe heal and also being kind of tanky. So the Jannar, once he pops that ult, he's very tanky, has the damage reduced. Roxy and the Kilgroth are very hard to kill. So these 4 champions are going to be can definitely be in the front line, but the Slims is going to need to sit in the back. A laning Slims versus, it's going to be either Kresh or the Velheim. So I think that's maybe why they chose this, is that since Velheim's going to be in the jungle, they decided to go with that as well. So here we go, boys. So this is game number 1, best of 3, and we are going to be seeing these 2 teams go at it. Red team rushing into the jungle, and it looks like they are going to be on the bottom side. So if they can get the jump on any of these, and look at this, the blue team does see that. Looks like Alice actually goes in, does miss the stun. The Pura stun going out, and it looks like Slims was actually caught out a little bit. Jannar actually in there, and look at that, the damage that's coming out from this. Alice could actually pick up this Kilgroth if they actually go for it. But it looks like they're choosing to back away at this point. So, pretty great initiation. It's definitely going to allow Violet to pick up that blue buff and start really get the ball rolling. Now, if I was the blue team, this is what I would do. I would definitely have one person check the blue, but I would rotate up to this red, knowing that how low this enemy team is. Rotating up to the red, they wouldn't be able to defend it. You would get all 4 buffs at that point. But they choose to play it safe, especially with Violet being under half-life is probably a safe bet in that point. So Looks like little bit of action at the beginning, so nothing too crazy. No heroes are dead. The gold is very even at this point, and we do have Kresh that looks like he's going to be moseying up to top. So Kilgroth is very low, which is something important to note, and level 3. Violet is going to get to level 4, have her ult, and she's going to be ready to rock and roll. Kilgroth is finding Alice. Kilgroth does miss his skill, but is using it to using his just normal passive to land a bunch. But oh, look at that stun from Alice, and this is going to be first blood onto that Kilgroth, and that is just really unfortunate that he just really got hurt so badly at the beginning and chose to overextend. He really should have just backed off and got full life, come back strong, and not gave up that first blood. You're kind of setting the bar for the rest of the fights by giving up that first blood, and you just don't want that. Do not want that. So already blue team now going for the dragon, knowing that the Kilgroth just did die, but sure enough they do see this and they're going for it, and Pura almost picked it up from that, but luckily Velheim did throw in the last shuriken that was able to get it. So blue team does pick up that dragon, and look at the gold lead now. It's already just about 1K from a kill and a dragons, which is a pretty significant amount. Look at this. All of them have finished boots. This side has not finished them just yet. We have Velheim picking up a little bit of the jungle. Violet is very well off in the jungle, so can't afford to give up one. And is looking pretty good as far as this blue team. If we check up on top, Kresh and Roxy both going in at each other, but looks like, oh, Roxy was able to pick that up. So good job on her end. We got Alice, who was able to find Jannar in the middle river. Kresh very low, needs to back off, and this is just a risky play for Roadrunner. He really needs to back off at this point, and if that would have landed, I think Pure definitely could have went in on that. But choosing to back off, Casual Kitty in mid, fighting the Slims, and Slims going down with the help of the Alice. So great ult on Beg side. And look at this, Raz coming in, was able to pick up that kill on the Jannar. And blue team, look at the rotations, going straight over to blue. You got to give it to them. They're doing everything that they should be. And it is looking great. So down on bottom, they're going to easily pick up this tower, especially with the help of Violet there. Sure enough, Violet comes in, puts the final touches, and that'll be the end of that. Full rotation to mid, but look at this red team. If this red team is backed up, back through the lane, it would have been bad news, but luckily we're able to kind of know at that point. But look at this. Again, this is just the presence of mind of this red team. They're not able to rotate and not working as a team. That should have been contested in any form of them, in a way that they could, but just weren't able to get there. Cobra doing a great job in mid. He is 2-0 right now. Looking great as far as money is considered. And look at his items. He is about to finish his second item. Second complete item, I should say. Looks like Roxy in a bit of a pickle, but shouldn't have a problem. And Raz getting ulted by that Roxy. Pura tried to, I believe, flicker in. And now look at them. They're all being devastated by this Kresh. Kresh is almost dead and should go down there. And sure enough, Kilgroth down in the process. Jannar taken out by Violet. And Slims gets stunned there. Looks like Cobra just wasn't able to go in on that just quick enough. But Casual Kitty was on bottom. And look at this. He could easily push this tower, but is choosing to go for this blue instead, which they will probably give to Violet. Oh, Alice mistakenly took it. Looks like Violet did want that. That would have helped out the level. Having a level over someone in this game is such a big deal. I don't think people quite understand what one one level does as far as your health, damage, and overall demeanor in this game, but it is pretty massive. And Violet already being, what is this, level 10, when the max on this red team is level 8. She hits like an absolute truck in comparison. Not to mention the amount of gold that she has, and she is about to finish her rank breaker, which is going to make this even more devastating. But it looks like there's about to be a fight in mid. Kilgroth is looking like he wants to initiate. Slims is just caught completely out, and those stuns on top of stuns with the damage, and look at that. Perfect timing. Dragon being spawned. You can't write this. This team is rotating so well, doing everything correct. And Kilgroth is looking to possibly initiate and is trying to go for it, and does! He picks it up! A great job by this Kilgroth. Kilgroth initiating onto Casual Kitty. Casual Kitty does get taken out, but Kilgroth is taken out in the process. What a great play. Look at Pura all the way up top. Really should be with the team. I don't know what is going on right now. Jannar is in mid, definitely hanging out, and I don't know where the rest of this red team was, but needed to be there with his Kilgroth. Was able to pick that up. Solid win as far as what Kilgroth did there. Got a kill and a dragon, helped out the team. Jannar now seeing that his blue buff is being contested, choosing to back up and just push this mid lane. He has to know that they were over there, and sure enough, they did. So Kilgroth doing his best, trying to get as much, and look at that, level 11. Violet picking up that rank breaker, so it is going to be next person she hits is going to be very devastated. And look at Roz doing a great job. Oh, if Violet would have actually ran over towards Roz, would have definitely got some, would have got a kill onto Roxy. Looks like she wants to pick up the blue. She is under half life. Or I'm sorry, half mana. Apologize. Roxy getting stunned up on top, and it looks like a two tanks and a support up on top. So here comes Violet. Violet is ready to attack, and sure enough, here we go. Pura popping out her stuff. Looks like Violet completely backs out there. Crash did try to pop the ult, but it doesn't matter. Roz coming in, doing some immense damage, and Crash is gonna have to back off here. I don't think he's gonna be able to tower dive this. And we saw a 2-for-2 trade there. Actually, a 2 for Velheim did get killed over here, so it was a 1-for-2 trade. So as far as the blue team is considered a win in their books, and Violet is now level 12, but look at that, Slims and Kilgroth both catching up. Look at this dragon. This will be the second dragon that they'll be able to pick up, and there's just no way they can test this. And there we go. So, again, I got to give it to this red team. They are definitely making a comeback. That dragon that Kilgroth stole, not to mention the one that they just picked up, definitely changed the gold lead there. Like, if you look, it is 27k gold to 23k gold. And this red team is coming back. This blue team really needs to make some plays here. And Kilgroth jumping in. The entire red team is trying to initiate. Alice throwing an ult down, and Crash throwing the ult as well. And sure enough, everything's going off. Pura trying to throw out as many stuns as possible. Slims just wasn't there, showing up very late to the party, and flickered away from Crash. I think he could have definitely sat there and taken that. But, oh, man, Slims just wasn't there. If he would have been there, the entire red team definitely could have tried to turn around there. And look at this. The enraged Abyssal Dragon gonna get taken out here. Alice doing a great job. Look at this. And we do have a pause, which is no big deal. But look at where Alice's position is. This is called zoning. And it is great. It is great. So she is able to place her ult to slow any of these people that are coming to try to take out this dragon. I love when I see zoning plays, because they're thinking outside the box instead of just trying to do damage to an objective. So she did move in, which I think is a misplay, but they were just trying to zerg it down. Violet picking up the Dark Blessing buff, so she will be able to come back to life if she does lose. If she does go to 0. Kilgroth doing his best to try to do as much damage to this Darkslayer, but Roz is here and does see it. Looks like Kilgroth did pop his ult, and oh, Cobra is going to be able to kill Kilgroth, and that was just inevitable just from the amount of damage he was doing. Look at this Darkslayer. They are just absolutely struggling with this, but the blue team all the way up top is taking a high ground tower, or I'm sorry, on bottom, taking a high ground tower, and now look at this. They're rushing back. They actually gave up on that. Looks like Roxy is now almost about to die. And look at this, the game is about to be over, and sure enough it is, and that is it. Violet and Velheim take it in game 1. Wow. Wow. So good. So such a great into that. You can tell that the entire red team was off in that entire game. They were off. We saw one point where there was about to be a big team fight, but Slims wasn't there. We saw a initiate onto a dragon, and only Kilgroth was there. Definitely need to work on stuff. So I think that they need to just sit, have a good conversation, and try to figure out what happened there. So congrats to the blue team. They definitely deserve to win that. Great rotations, great kills. It's looking good. So we will get game number 2. So it's best of 3. Blue team did win the first one, and we are going to be getting into that next game here in just a moment. So let's kick back on with the music, and we will be ready here shortly. So I apologize again, boys. When I'm casting, I don't get to re-chat too much. I'm just focusing on that, trying to give you guys the best show I can. Lead DC'd 1 second. All right, Casual Kitty. I was wondering what the pause was. I apologize. I didn't get to see that. Oh, yeah, there is a 20-second delay, so I apologize. Scooter, yep. 20-second delay. Beginnings. Who's the damn Alice player? So pro. Yeah, Alice was doing a very good job. Yeah, yep. I do pretty DJ rank H money. Get out of here. Beginnings, welcome. Fierce, what's up, dude? How you doing? Miss, welcome. Chaos, Nick. Who else did I miss? H money with the biddies. Thank you, dude. Appreciate you. Wavy. GB, welcome. Six shot. Yep, I was commentating the whole thing. So I'll be every so yesterday I commentated for a NTG tournament. It was a one and done tournament, so it was all in one day. Today I'm doing Premier Valor League. Every Wednesday and Thursday I do Premier Valor League. It is week 4. We have, I believe, 12 weeks total, and it's basically if this game is like football, this is the college football of this game. It is the people that are pro, but not at the intense high level just yet. Although some of them are. Some of them do play in the Valor series. So, Lasagna, welcome as well. Good to see you, buddy. Yoon, how you doing, bud? So yes, okay. I think I got caught up with the real winner here is Tiny. But yes, I do appreciate you guys all tuning in. Really do. Love your faces. I hope that I didn't miss anything. Joe's, welcome. Your guys' game's up. Be ready. You guys will be sharply after this. And if you guys can go early, if this only goes to a 2 game, I'm down. So you guys let me know. All right, and it looks like the teams are all ready. So, Road and... Okay, yep. They are all ready, so cool. Let's get this going, boys. This is game number 2. If the red team wins this, that will be it for this series, and we will be moving on to the next 2 teams. If the blue team does win this, we will be taking this to game 3. Here we go. All right. Back at it. Picks and bans. You guys know the drill. So IG, I think, is definitely going to have to come up with some kind of better system. Like I said, Kilgroth has a 0% win rate. I gotta say, I think I think he's a great champion, but when it comes to these intense games, it is very unlikely that you're gonna let a well-oiled machine as for a team be able to let Kilgroth survive those team fights. And I think that that's where he normally thrives, in that, kind of chaos that is normal, like solo queue or even like a three-man team. So yes. Are all these teams NA? Yes, they are, buddy. Actually, NA, and I think is some teams over in Mexico. So, but I don't think there's any Europe teams, if that's what you're asking. But I think they're more than welcome. But I think the time restraints would be pretty crazy. I think Europe is what, a 6-hour difference, so it'd be 1 in the morning for them right now. My time. All right, let's get into these bans. Chugnar being banned. Great pickup for that. We got the See, look at this. They're already reacting. The Valheim being banned, and this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Murad being picked up. I still disagree. I still disagree with the Murad ban. I think he's very good, but when you have, again, well-oiled machines that are like 5 people playing together, I definitely think that you can deal with a Murad at that point. I think if this was solo queue, that is an obvious ban to go with. But look at this. I want to see, they did ban out Grok. So that does leave open the option for us to see a Grok. And if so, that is a personal favorite of mine. I would love to see it. But Zenial being banned, Violet and Arum, pretty obvious bans right there. Zenial very strong in those team fights. But, yeah, I want to see what IG here is going to be going with. Since we did see the Grok ban, that means that they either don't want to play against it, or they think that he's so good that they would pick it. So I think that's the mindset there, but we'll see. A Finnick being shown, and already that is such... Okay, so this is me being kind of methodical in like the ways that I normally think. If you're going to pick a Finnick, pick him dead last. And the reason why is that it completely changes the way that the enemy team is going to pick. So them knowing that you have a Finnick, they're going to be like, okay, well, let's get characters that can get to Finnick or deal with Finnick. And him being the jungle, he kind of changes the way you think about the game, because he's going to be able to take out those objectives so fast that you have to know where he is. So, but that's just my that's my 2 cents. I don't know if I'm accurate on that, but that's just how I envision when I see a Finnick being picked as for jungle. Mina being picked, amazing tank at this point. She's such a great support. And it looks like Beg is going with the Jannar, which he will probably be switching. I think it was Lee. I think Lee's the person that is the mid. I think Beg was the Alice, if I'm incorrect on that. But we'll see. All right. Crixie. That is a character we have not seen in some time. Crixie has been kind of on the back burner since Jannar has really made his presence. Ooh, okay. So I think that this thing... Okay, I was going to say, that is not a great choice for a hero, but I would definitely like to see a Scud. Malik, great. I would assume... So Scud's really good at being able to push towers. Malik being able to stun everybody. If you can stun the entire team as well as deal with Jannar at the same time, you're looking good.
Blue team's turn.
So blue team does need some kind of warriors on their team. So let's see what they end up going with. What's a Murad? Murad is this champion right here. He is the second one. He is a jungle. So he doesn't go to one of the 3 lanes. he actually lives in the jungle and is able to really do some big, heavy AoE damage. But it comes at you really need to be skilled with him in order to do really well. All right, we got Irie being shown. So Irie and Scud will face it off, and that is such a great matchup to watch, especially when they're high-ranking champion or high-ranking players. And we got the Superman being shown. Are we really about to see Superman? Excuse me? What is happening right here? And sure enough, this is I gotta say, I'm really blown away by the picks today. So we saw Grok being banned, and now we're seeing Superman being picked up. Roxy, let's look at this team. Slim's being picked up for the final one. So man, I'm trying to make sense of this blue team. I want to see how it all comes to play. I don't see a lot of synergy. The Roxy is definitely the odd man out. I feel like with a Crushed, Roxy doesn't really have a place. Normally you have Roxy take a lot of the damage, and so do you, and that's what they have Crushed for. So I feel like Roxy is going to almost be ignored as opposed to dealt with. And I think Crushed is going to be one of the first ones down. But I don't know. We'll see.
Ten seconds remaining.
I do want to see what the Superman is capable of, and here we go. So a lot of flickers coming out for this red team, and we do see Crash going with the tower disable. So I'm excited to see that. So they definitely have the dive potential, and Sloth and Jannar. Actually, we need to pay attention to both of these. So if you can, remember this, that Crixie does have a bronze badge, and so does Jannar. So those could be two potential players that just haven't even really played these champions before, and playing them in a tournament setting like this is a bit odd. So, other than that, we will definitely pay attention to that mid lane. Make sure that we call out any of the maybe misplays that they possibly do. Jannar definitely does have flicker, so he's going to be able to get into those team fights. And if Malik can jump in and hit the stun and Mina can grab them, I think that it is going to be Jannar cleaning up every person around them. The Superman is definitely the wild card in this game, and I want to see him do well just because I want to see him played at that high level, but I'm not sure what he's going to be capable of in this game. All right, they are off, and sure enough, we have the entire red team running down the mid lane. So I have a feeling that they're going to want to try to engage. From what it looks like, Finnick is pretty good early game, but is very susceptible since he won't have his escape. And look at this. They are definitely going in on this red buff. And I would say the misplay right now is got to be the Scud. Scud normally needs to go and make sure that they are not stealing this red buff, but let's get into the action down on bottom. And it looks like Malik did pick that up. So they should have gave it to Slims, but I think with the enemy team there, they were just trying to pick it up as quickly as possible. And this is what I'm talking about. He is already going in on that red buff. Scud should have been there earlier to scare off Finnick, and he just wasn't. So kind of a misplay there. And it looks like we do have a pause and possible disconnect going on in our hands. So we'll just give them just a moment. But that's exactly what I'm talking about. If your if your team invades, you have to watch your perspective buff up top. If you are in the Darkslayer lane. And it looks like it's possibly Superman that's disconnected. He is sitting by his tower, and I'm not sure why he's not going to help Finnick, but we'll definitely see. And it looks like Superman is going right now. Scud did get the buff, which is good. Superman coming in, going on Jannar. And look at this. Scud is putting some huge damage, and Mina may be able to pick this up if she's able to get there, but she just wasn't. Now Mina chasing down this Finnick. Finnick is pretty slow. She will be able to pick him up. It looks like she does have boots. Finnick throwing out the you better get away from me debuff, and sure enough, now that that's down, they are ready. She's ready to go all in. Looks like Finnick is trying to get this, and I'm really surprised Mina tried to hook that as opposed to trying to kill the Finnick. Mina does have Flicker. She had it up and could have easily went in on him, but he probably could have just walked away. So moving on from that fight, we do have this mid that we do have to pay attention. Remember, both of Jannar and also Crixie's were in that position where they are bronze badge with that with those mid champions. So something to watch. And look, this is what Finnick needs to be doing. This is why you need to change your entire strategy when you're playing against Finnick, because he is able to completely take those. And oh, Casual Kitty comes in and was able to pick it up after one swipe and did such a great job. Finnick mistakenly doesn't hit his skills correctly, and that is gonna be 2 kills. I cannot believe this Casual Kitty is picking up all of the kills at this point, and sure enough, the big boy is coming in, picking up. That is gonna be a double kill for Casual Kitty, and Slims picking up the Crixie. So such a great job. Finnick really left that entire situation. Maybe, oh, I'm sorry. Must have died. And look at Jannar actually coming in, getting both these heroes very low. Slims just mistakenly threw the arrow at the wrong hero. Definitely could have got that. Slim's actually now getting initiated on and is gonna make that escape. This red team is doing so well. Doing so well.
A blue team tower has been
And look at that,
destroyed.
Scud doing his job since Superman had to come down and help with the dragon. Scud was able to go ahead and take that tower. And that is the pushing power of that champion. That is what he's about. That is exactly what he should be doing. So Roadrunner doing a great job. Now look at this. Looks like you may want to initiate onto that Superman, but instead going to go for the Sentinel. So things are dying down at this point. Look at the gold difference. It is about a 2K difference, and it looks like Mina pulled in Crushed, which didn't end up amounting to much, but it was a pretty decent initiation to scare off Crixie that was coming over to the Sentinel. Scud is being double teamed up on top. Scud just doesn't care at this point, but look at this damage that's coming out. And oh, he's going to be taken out if he does have Execute, and I believe he does. And sure enough, there is going to be Superman taken out. And Scud is going to chase down Crush. Look at this. It's a level 7 versus a level 3. He can easily do it. And look, and now the dragon is up. This red team is going to need to rotate over there before the Finnick can come back and take it. So Finnick was taken out around the same time Superman. Apologize for missing that. I believe, I'm really not sure where he was at the time. And Roxy actually just being triple teamed down on bottom. This should be Malik's kill, and sure enough it is. Slim's initiating onto the dragon. This is going to be an easy pickup for them. It is just unfortunate event after unfortunate event for this blue team. So Slim's running for his life, already used his escape. Mina's going to be able to hook him here in just a moment, taking the tower damage, and is possibly going to die. Oh, and just barely lives. The heal definitely helped him out there. So they're going to go back to initiating onto this dragon. They do need to deal with Scud. Look at this. He is ready to take this, and sure enough, he is going to overextend here, but did a great job disengaging. Superman should be able to pick this up. Scud mistakenly using his ult, but he's playing it safe, just trying to get to his tower. Dragon being picked up by that red team, and this red team is doing so good. Yeah, I gotta disagree with Slims. Look at this. What is he building? He is completely building that wrong. He really needed to go with the actual. Oh my goodness, he doesn't have a single stack at this point. No wonder he's not doing as good as we hoped he was. If Mina, and sure enough, does pick that up. So as we're talking about that, he does get a kill. But yeah, he's completely missing on all of his stacks in the jungle. So he now has 1 stack on his final dragon item. That's such a misplay on Slims. He really needs to, or I'm sorry, by Finnick. He really needs to build that differently. 100%. There's no explanation for that. So I don't know if that's just him buying incorrectly by mistake, or if he actually is doing that on purpose and just doesn't know. But yeah, he really needed to do that better. So it looks like easy pickup for the Roxy, and Finnick is doing a great job keeping his distance from this Malik. Malik and Roxy were in the, or I'm sorry, Kresh was in there on the Malik and letting Slim sit there and attack it. But again, instead of Slims, Finnick attacking the Slims, he was attacking the Malik. It's, I mean, you need to kill the lower health champion as opposed to someone so tanky, especially someone who has 4 kills when you could kill the Slims in half the time. Finnick going for that owl buff does punish it and is going to get that. The dragon is being picked up here and or respawning here in just shortly. And there it is. So this blue team does need to does have to know that that's coming. Great ult in by Malik. Malik going hard onto Crixie, and look at that. Jannar going in onto the Slims. Or I'm sorry, the Finnick. I'm messing that up every time. And does end up getting that kill. Kresh looks like he wants to try to initiate, and sure enough he does. Superman is here, but just doesn't have the movement speed. Did get slowed in the process, and he doesn't have the skill, and Mina is going to get away. Look at that, slowed again by this. I don't know by who, but the skills are not going off. Sure enough, it doesn't go off again, and I don't know what the Superman's doing at this point. He could have got so many kills. I don't know if he did use his ability to not get slowed or stunned, and it just really didn't help him at that point. Scud doing a great job picking up that blue buff. And this, I still cannot believe the Finnick building his items that way. Someone on this blue team really needs to tell him, sit him down, and just let him know the benefits of finishing that jungle item, or at least the first part of it first before anything else. And look at this. We have an initiation by Mina, but Mina is going to get wrecked, but the shield almost saved her, but just wasn't enough. Crash going in onto the Slims. Slims does, I don't think, has the execute because he used it just to get to that fight, and Crash should be able to pick this up, especially being able to disable the tower, but sure enough, Casual Kitty is chasing him down, but it's just not enough. Oh my goodness. Scud doing a great job. Killed Superman, killed the tower, and is now going to be looking to get them high ground towers. So he's going to back off, let the team maybe forget about that until... oh, and look at this. The blue team actually may pick up this this dragon, unless Casual Kitty does see it just in time. And the blue team does pick that up. That is their first dragon of the game. When you have a Finnick and that's your first dragon almost 10 minutes in, that is such that's such a bad look for your team. You really should be able to get these objectives as quickly as you can. So, looks like they're going to initiate down on bottom. We have this tower that's just going to get absolutely destroyed. Mina going in, trying to get these 2 heroes, and look at this. Crixie off to the side. Malik coming in, stopping the retreat from the Roxy, and sure enough, he is in the middle of there. Jannar as well, doing such a great job. Cobra jumped in, threw his ult. He did absolutely everything that he needed to, and we have a fight up on top, and Superman again losing to the Scud. He just doesn't have a chance. He really needs to send someone else up top. Roadrunner gets all 3 towers and has killed Superman, what, 3 times? Let's take a look. I believe 3 times. And look at this red team is going to be able to get this enraged abyssal dragon with next to no issues. Not a blue team in sight. And Slims is picking up the dark blessing. So, again, we are back to this. If we look at gold and towers and everything, it is 7 kills to 16, 2,500 gold to 3,400 gold, and 6 towers to on the red side and 1 tower on the blue. And now 3 dragons on the red side to 1 on the blue side. I think Superman was the definitely the strange pick. I want to see him more in these team fights, and I haven't really got to see much knockbacks yet, and I think that's definitely a problem. I'm gonna see his damage by the end of the game, and I would like to see how much he's actually throwing out there, because right now I feel like it's just not enough. And oh my gosh, in the meantime, Scud was pushing bottom, found Finnick, and he is down. He did that almost flawlessly. Look at that. Look, still level 15, ready to go, almost full life. So Superman running straight into Mina. Mina was able to pull him, stop his ult, and Superman does have to use his ability just to get away. He's not going to be able to utilize it to try to kill anybody, and that's going to hurt him in this next team fight. He really didn't need to use that. It was just a Mina. I think he was worried about being initiated on by the rest of the team, but he is going to be really susceptible to any kind of crowd control in leading up to this next fight. And look at this. The buff has not yet wore off for this this red team, and they are going to go for this Darkslayer buff. If this blue team wasn't messing with Scud, I think they would know, but sure enough, Scud is doing a great job keeping them all at bay. Superman was able to get a knockback there, but Scud gets away. And look at this. The entire time that's happening, they're taking this with the 50% damage reduction to the Darkslayer and still going to pick it up. That is a Darkslayer for this red team. So it is almost a 10k difference in gold as long as this red team doesn't make any kind of mistakes as far as them going in and possibly dying. They should be able to close this out almost effortlessly. But we will see how this next team fight goes. It's still anyone's game, but the red team does have a pretty big... And look at that. They are choosing to initiate. Roxy missing her ult, and Scud going in and two-shotting Crixie. And right in the middle of everything, Roxy is, and she ends up getting taken out. Superman is taken out as well. Finnick, and now it is crashed, and that is what I'm talking about. That is the team fight that I was saying. And sure enough, KoZ takes the series. Great job. And look at that. Superman did not have his skill for that last fight, and that's what I was talking about. It was really going to hurt him. And, yeah, it sure enough did. If we look at details, and this is kind of what I was talking about, 13% of the damage. He did a decent job, but just wasn't able to keep up with the rest of them. And he played more of a tank than he did anything else. I mean, Crest almost did more damage than him. That's definitely not what you want to see. As far as your Superman is considered, and also was only around 2 of the kills. And oh my gosh, he only had 2 completed items. He had only 5k gold. But if we look on this other side, sure enough, Mina was around 10 of the kills. Did a great job as far as rotations and also taking the most of the damage. So good job on their end. Jannar obviously doing the most damage in the game. He was so strong with that ult. That's Scud did amazing job up top. We have no complaints there. Definitely was fully in control of that top lane. So congrats to those guys. And yeah, great stuff, I gotta say. That was a great first set of series. Good stuff. All right, let me get caught up on chat real quick. What am I seeing? Yeah, so Finnick going with he didn't build. Okay, so let's just use this moment to do some education. So give me a second here. So let's take a look at the equipment. When you are playing a Finnick, for instance, and you are going to jungle, this is the jungle path, right? This is number one item that you gotta pick, right? The second item you build, and we'll even do this to just show you, you have to buy this almost second, unless you're gonna go boots or something along those lines. But you do not build this outright first. You want to take this step, and the reason why is that it gives you so much more. It gives you the ability to slow. It starts to start your stacks. To go with this kind of an item, you wasted 1,000 gold of kills and stuff like that. Oh, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. But yeah. All right, whoops. Switch back. Here we go. All right, let me figure out if the next teams are going to be ready here soon. If not, no big deal. We do have some time to kill. We got about 30 minutes before the next match is supposed to start, but we will see if they're going to be ready here soon. So give me just one moment. Alright, just messaging the two teams and making to see what's going on and see if they're potentially ready to start early. If not, like I said, it's not a big deal, but we will ask them anyways. But wow, it's good stuff. Who was the MVP of the games? Like, who did the best in your opinion? So the MVP for the first games, or I'm sorry, the second game was definitely the Scud. Scud did such a great job. Even though Jannar did very well, definitely outdid my expectations of someone with a bronze badge playing that hero. Did great. The Scud dominating that top lane and was able to keep pushing, and then at one point was able to pick up the Finnick just out of the blue. Definitely Scud. Who's up next? We have Supreme and Sai. Those are the two that are going to be up. So I'm talking with them right now. All right. So, but yes, that's what we're looking at. APOC, welcome, buddy. But as far as the first game, let me try to think back. I'm trying to remember. Oh, if you want the bracket, it's exclamation point PVL. It's on there. It shows you the entire wins and losses for all the teams in. This is week 4. Just remember. So we're gonna start. I think we're gonna start keeping track of like scores and stats and stuff like that. But I'm not 100% sure yet. But getting back to who won, or who do I think the MVP was for the, what's it called? The first game. I'm trying to recall. Violet and Valheim. One of those two, definitely. They both were able to push into the base and really catch them off guard. And it just kind of played to a weakness that that IG really didn't know that they had. I think that's some of the best kinds of plays, is that knowing when to back off of a fight as opposed to fully committing is pretty good. Is a huge skill that you need in this game. And if you were around yesterday for those games, perfect example of two pro teams that know exactly what's going on. There were so many times that they backed off because they knew the lanes were pushing. And then inevitably, the game ended because of the creeps, which was pretty great. Wait, who did you just say the game MVPs were? So I was saying Scud of the last game, and in the first game, it's got to be either Violet or Valheim. They did very, very well. Crixie did very well as far as zoning. I like that. I would say that would be my my runner-up for sure. Whoa, Crush outdamaged both of them. Did they really? That's crazy. Crush is no disrespect. Crush is very good champion. But I like to see the plays. Definitely did really well. They pushed bot because I told them wanted to rotate, but whatever. I gotta say it's a good thing to see. You know what I mean? Like, you don't realize how quickly marksman can take down supports. Never get love, buddy. I know. I feel you. I gave runner up to the what was it? To the Alice. The Alice did very good. Rest MVP, yes. But yeah, that's kind of my idea. Alright, I'm just trying to make sure that we got everything going. So, both teams are not ready yet. So, if you guys got it, the next match should, at the most, will be in 30 minutes. We kind of leave this gap just in case it does go to 3 games, which it normally ends within 2. I can't remember the last time that it has ended in 3, but yes, at the least. Or I'm sorry, at the most it will start in 30 minutes. At the soonest it could start in the next couple of minutes. I'm just waiting on messages from them, and as soon as I get the messages, I'm raring to go. But yeah, like I do. The Alice was me, boy. Yeah, no, you did good. You did good. I love supports. I'm like a support like. Dude, I love them. But the big boy plays are always so good. It's hard to. Alice does so much, but I definitely agree with you. She doesn't get enough love because her stuff is just like, oh, she put down her ult, but she put down her ult in the most precise spot that helped her entire team, you know, get away from the enemy team. So. The placements always need to be definitely looked at for sure. But yeah, no, it was all good. It was all good. But yeah, if you guys got any questions about the 2 games, you just let me know. I'm answering as many as you got. Infected, you asked how many games you gonna commentate today. It'll be 2 sets of games. I'm sorry, 2 sets of teams, but it will be a total of either 4 games or 6 games. So right now, I'm at 2, and at most, I'll have 3 more. That's all I got. Then after that, I'm free. I can rank because I only got 3 days to win. How many games? I gotta win 2 games in rank, and then I can be done with it and not be stressed out anymore that I failed a diamond. Hey there, buddy. How you doing, bud? How you doing, Astro? Welcome. We are just waiting on both of these teams to show up. Still have not heard from them. But yeah, those games were pretty good. I gotta say, I do love to see these matches. It really does put it in perspective on like what's going on at any point in the game, and it's good to see an overview, and especially on how people play differently and what the different matchups are. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some music on for just a second. I'm gonna run and get a glass of water because I almost lost my voice last night on how hyped I was on everything. So if you guys can hang out for a minute, and it looks like we're just waiting on the teams to show up for the 8:30 match. So we still got some time. I'll be back. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and type them out at me, and I will answer what I can. Be right back.